He's 20 years old, Kane Parsons. He's already making movie history. Remember this name? His new film, Backrooms, is about a furniture salesman who discovers an endless maze of office spaces with something very ominous lurking. We're all trying to figure out what is it. So it landed the biggest opening ever for an original horror film and made Parsons the youngest director ever to top the box office. Yes. We are raving. The film grew out of a viral YouTube series that he created when he was just 16. That racked up more than 216 million views. Yes, you heard that correctly. We are very happy to say that Kane Parsons joins us live and in color in the studio. We are here just giving you a round of applause and cheering you on.
Congratulations, man.
Congratulations to you.
Yes.
Thanks for having me.
Let's let people get a sense of who you are, because you're working on your computer. You're doing videos on YouTube.
Yep.
Tell us what you were doing and when you started doing this.
Yeah, I mean, for a number of years, I've been teaching myself VFX software, just, by any means necessary, sort of, since, I would say, like, middle school. And, like, hand-me-down laptop that I would kind of, like, upgrade over time. And it was during the beginning of the pandemic that I started teaching myself the program Blender, which is this free open-source 3D software. And that's the tool that I use to this day. And I just started creating a lot of these like found footage style vignettes where, human work, like having like a human in front of a virtual 3D camera is so much a CG human. You'll run into the uncanny valley fast. So focusing on environment and setting and everything was kind of my niche. And I kept doing that for a number of years. And eventually this series I started, which was an adaptation of this sort of online urban legend, Backrooms.
Yes.
It really took off in the beginning of 2022, and it was,
And here we are in 2026. But Kate, was it your dream when you were doing the YouTube videos to, quote, be discovered, to go to Hollywood, to become a director? Was that what you were hoping to achieve? No,
not with any specificity. What I was looking to do was probably more of what I was already doing, just hopefully with the dream of greater, resources, more production value, being able to there's like a pathway on YouTube to, sort of accrue more resources with time just there. I do really think of YouTube as like a mean to its own end. Like, I enjoy it for its own sake, and then this project kind of arises as an interesting experiment birthed off of that one.
So one of the things that I was struck by in watching your film is this concept of backrooms and why it's resonated so much with younger members, people of your generation. The idea that they've grown up in a world where they feel that they're trapped in a maze, infinite feeds, infinite content, infinite choices. And here you're sort of giving a personification of that you're trapped in this world that you can't escape. Yep. It looks real, but it might not be real. Is that where you drew the inspiration?
I mean, I think a lot of this comes from, there was this original image that sort of sourced this whole Backrooms concept. I mean, it was very much named that way online back in 2019. And I think there's a notion in that was true there and has always been true with all of the iterations of it, where I think it's very much a reaction to anxieties around a monoculture and sort of, the trend, the industrialized trends that have been, steadily creeping into our lives more and more over the past few decades. And I think it comes from this feeling like we're kind of at a place now in the world where so much of the life that we live, especially, I can very much speak to this as someone who is 20, it feels like the mechanisms of the world have already kind of shedded their skin and they're kind of wearing a costume of the past a little bit. And so now you're kind of looking at something that is kind of walking and talking and trying to present itself as though it's a place from an earlier time.
And yet it's incredibly bleak, because it almost tells me that your generation and younger people feel like there's no exit, just like in the film.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, I think it's very hard to find the way right now. There's a lot of noise. So yeah, I think it's kind of a response to some of those more atomizing effects that come from a.
Kane, I think you're a grown-ass man in a young man's body. I'm trying to figure it out because I'm so fascinated listening to him talk, the way he thinks, the way he processes
100%.
things. I mean, when you heard that these numbers, that you at this age had achieved these numbers, I think the budget I heard was $10 million? $10 million?
Yeah.
$10 million.
$10 million made
$82 million.
That first weekend. How are you processing all of that? What does that mean to you?
Well, I'm not in the finance department, so I don't have to
But you know
process
those
it.
numbers are good.
I know those
Yes.
numbers are good. I know that that means I will be able to be given the reins to do more of this. I know that as I would hope. But other than that, I do think that it's, that's not really the area that I.
That's not what you're
Yeah.
focusing on. I get it. You're
No,
focusing
I
on
like
your work.
I like that it has reached so many people, and I think Backrooms was a phenomenon in 2022. I thought that it couldn't really be topped. I thought it would kind of like reach the same level of craze. I
Yeah.
was very wrong about that. You can look at the trend data and just see how much more prevalent of a event this is.
The other thing that's
So it's-
interesting is I read that you do not want to embrace AI. That's
Absolutely not.
No,
Yeah.
absolutely not.
Yeah,
Tell us why.
I mean, for me, the whole point of doing what I'm doing, like art is a way of processing life. That's inherently what it's supposed to be for most people. I don't see the value in like outsourcing any element of that. And when I'm looking at someone else's project, if I see an element of the environment has been like, they use generative fill or whatever to change something about the scene, even if it just shuts off the part of my brain that wants to know more about that world and wants to look for details, because I would assume if they're willing to make an arbitrary choice there, they could make an arbitrary choice with literally anything. And, the whole
And he's
thing.
turning 21 in 2 weeks. Happy birthday to
Congratulations,
you.
man. We're cheering you on. Can't wait to see
Yes.
what you do in Hollywood. It's going to be
Can't wait
great.
to see what you
Kane
do
Parsons,
next.
thank you very much. You can see Backrooms in theaters right now. Go check it out. It is incredible. Yeah.